Welcome to competition math course number I think 7, or yeah, I think 7, I think, or yeah, 7 or 8, I'm not sure, but yeah, welcome to class today, guys. Today's class is going to be kind of really short because in, you know, I'm kind of running out of tricks to teach you guys because I only know a little bit like I only know like close to 20-30 tricks. I don't know more than that. So we're kind of getting in the end of our course. We do have one more week, but as I said before, that one week is going to be dedicated to teaching you guys about like your upcoming school years, because like on the Google Doc in the very beginning that you had to fill out. Most of you guys said that you guys wanted to learn stuff about like how to get better grades in school, so that like you guys like learn the school material, so you'll be like better prepared to go into the school year. So that's gonna be our last week. It's just gonna be like a bit of algebra because you guys are from 6 to 8, right? So we're gonna be we're gonna be going over basics of algebra to kind of algebra 1, or like we're gonna be like going over just kind of a little bit of advanced algebra for those of you who are in advanced math in 8th grade. Yeah, that's basically how our rest of the course is gonna go. But I think today's class is gonna be our last class that we learn these fast math tricks and stuff like that. So today's class is gonna be about percentages. So how to get 30% of 40, or how to get like 20% of like 35 or something like that. So yeah, that's what today's class is gonna be dedicated to. I mean, in the towards the end, we'll also learn about yeah, how to get what percent it is from the fraction. But yeah, that's gonna be today's class basically. Oh, today's class? I mean, I wanted it to be around 45 minutes because I didn't really have a lot to talk to today. But I mean, it might go on for 1 hour. It might like go on for like 30 minutes, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's what's. So let me share my screen to you guys, and just make sure everybody can see my screen. I'm gonna wait for it to load for some time. Okay. So let's get started, I guess. So yeah, so first, as usual, we're gonna go into our review session. In last class, we learned about how to subtract 2-digit numbers, and how to subtract like kind of any digit number. And our first kind of review problem is going to be it's going to be 67 minus 48. I'm gonna wait for some of you guys to put in your answers in the chat. So I can see how many y'all really got this. Okay, I see 2. Okay, I see 3. We'll wait for 5 like usual. Yeah, just one more. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's totally fine if you guys like put it wrong as usual. But so how we're gonna solve this is basically we're gonna take this number over here in the below this number over here, then we're gonna round it up. We're gonna round this number to the tens place. So basically, if you round it, it'll be a number of 50, because 48 rounded is going to be 50. Then what you do is you take the top number and subtract it by this number. And if you do a 67 minus 50, you'll get an answer of 17. 17. Then what the next step is going to be is the third step is going to be determining how much, well, like what do you have to do to go from the original number to the rounded number. So in this case, if you have to go from 48 to 50, you have to add 2 to 48 to a 50. So since you have to add 2, you will also add 2 in the answer, and that will give you a answer of 19. And yeah, I think most of you guys, I think all of you guys got this right. I mean, some people got it wrong because I think it's because they just mistyped or typed it wrong. But hopefully this all made sense. Yeah. Now we're gonna go to our next practice problem, which is going to be a review problem, which is going to be 51 minus 27. So guys, please put in your answers in the chat. No, wait for 5 people to put it in. And guys, I'm sorry, I totally just forgot to put in your worksheet for last class. I mean, SAT season is coming up soon, so I was kind of busy studying for my upcoming SAT. Sorry guys, you know, if you guys want, I'll put in the worksheet for today's class, but yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and see how to solve this. So, 27 rounded is going to be 30. Right? Then what you do is you subtract 51 minus 30, which is going to give you an answer of 21. Then what you do is since you added 3 to go from 27 to 30, you also add 3 to the answer, which will give you an answer of 20. That is your answer, guys. Answer to that question is going to be 24. So that is going to be how to subtract two-digit numbers by each other by this trick. And now we're gonna move on to our last trick number 2, and that's gonna be how to multiply any digit number. And our first kind of review problem is going to be 6,567 minus 3,450. Guys, put your answers in the chat. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. I see 3. Wait for 2 more, like usual. Okay. Yeah, I think I see 5. So let's go on. So in these kind of problems, you have to use kind of a different method. So our first step is to determine if the top number is bigger or smaller than the bottom number. And since in this case, always take the first digit first, right? In this case, 7 is obviously smaller than 8. Then what you do is instead of just considering the first pair, you start considering the second pair. And then what you do is you have to do 67 minus 58. So 67 minus 58 is going to be 9. So you put in a little 9 over here. And also guys, since we subtracted two-digit number and a two-digit number and got an answer of one-digit number, what you do is you add a little 0 over here, so the places just match. Then what you do is you take the next kind of pair, and 5 is obviously bigger than 4, so you just do that normally. That would be 1, and 6 minus 3 is 3, as everybody knows, and that is it, guys. The answer is 3,000. 3,109. So in this method there is no carrying over, there's no crossing out, there's no there's not all the extra steps that you need to do. It's just straightforward. And yeah. So hope everyone got that, and we're gonna move on to our review problem number 2. Review problem number 2 is going to be 257 minus 138. Yeah. And actually, as I said, actually, this class, I wanted this class to be kind of our last tricks class that we're gonna be learning tricks for us, like for this course. But and the next week is going to be just the remaining classes are just gonna be about algebra and stuff like that. Well, actually, yesterday, recently I watched a movie about this mathematician. And in that movie, I found these like 2 tricks that were like really useful. So next class we're gonna learn about that. So just a heads up. So Oh, let's go ahead and solve this. So 7 is smaller than 8, so we take 57 minus 38. And if we do 57 minus 38, we'll get an answer of 19. Then it's just simple. You should do 2 minus 1, which is just 2, and that's it. The answer is just 119. So it's just a really straightforward method, and yeah, it's really useful, I guess. So yeah, that's good. So now we're gonna just move on to our actual teaching session of today's class. So today's class, as I said, is going to be percentages. So it's gonna be first we're gonna look at how to get the percentage of a number. So it's just gonna be like getting 5% of 25 or 5% or like 16% of like 18. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and learn about that. So let's say I give you a problem like 30. What is 30% of 40? What is 30% of 40? So what would you guys do? Like, how would you guys really go ahead and solve this problem? So yeah, please put your answer in the chat, guys. Like, how would you guys really do this? I mean, actually, before I learned this trick, it was just like I was like, oh damn, I have to do all these steps, and it's gonna be like really hard and stuff like that. But after I learned it, it's like 10 times easier. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to do this. So what you do is basically your first step is to just cross all these extra stuff out. Just cross it out because like that's not really needed for this trick. Then what you do is you divide this number by 10. And dividing the number by 10, I don't know if you guys know it or not, but since the decimal is over here, dividing by 10, it takes the decimal one place before. So 30 divided by 10 is going to be 3, right? Then what you do is you do the same thing over here. And 40 divided by 10 is just going to take this decimal point and move it one step before. And that's going to give you an answer of 4, right? It's going to give you an answer of 4. Then what you do is all you have to do is you have to multiply these two numbers. And if you multiply 3 and 4, that's going to give you an answer of 12. And that is your answer. Your answer to the question, what's 30% of 40 is going to be 12. That's it, guys. That's it. And guys, please like refrain from please like don't argue in the chat, guys. Just try to focus on class. Yeah, please do that. But
I have a question.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, if it was like 32 and 43, would you multiply like 3.2 times 4.3 if it was like 32 or 40 and times 4?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. That's exactly what you do. Yeah. I was actually. Uh-huh. What was that again? Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought I had a question, but yeah, that's exactly like what's gonna happen. I mean, we're gonna go to that stuff like that later, but I just wanted to give you guys a really quick, brief thing about how to really do this trick, right? So let's move on to our teaching problem number 2. So teaching problem number 2 is going to be 20% of 180. It's gonna be 20% of 180. Well, yeah. One person like just instantly did it. Good job, guys. Yeah, most people are just doing it like in less than like 5 seconds. That's really good. That's a really good sign, and yeah, it's really good. What you do is first step is just gonna like just cross it out. I mean, you don't have to cross it out. You can just like mentally like just delete that. But yeah, first is gonna be just divided by 10. Actually, I'm gonna write it down over here. Oh, actually, wait, that's not correct. You divided by 10, and that's gonna move the decimal point over here, and it's just gonna give us an answer of 2. Then now it's gonna be the same thing that we do over here. It's gonna be divided by 10. It's gonna give us an answer of 18. And what you do is 2 times 18 is of course 36, And that is your answer, guys. Your answer to the question, what is 20% of 18 is gonna be 36. Yeah, someone said it was a good trick. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, guys. If you like this trick, I'm really happy. Yeah.
Wait, can I
So,
ask?
yeah, sure, yeah.
Is this gonna work for every number and be 100% accurate?
Okay, actually, okay, so, on my personal experience about this trick, I only use it, I don't use it for too complicated numbers. Like if like a question asks you like what's 20, 28% of like 63 or 36 or something, then you have to do 2.8 times 3.6, and like that would kind of be like, I mean, you could do it, but like, that would kind of be like, you would have to do 28 or yeah 36 times 28, then you have to do like all that, and then you have to like take the decimal point two places before, and like you'd have to get the answer right. So I really use this only for I only use it for like basic stuff, like in everyday life you're gonna be like someone asks you what, like in everyday life, we're gonna be like, oh, what's 10% of like 20, right? If it's like that, then yeah, it's better